On Monday, Josh Leibarger made his status, Case of the Mondays, followed by a frowny face. It got 1 like and 5 comments, including dislike. Well, Josh, Geico also wants to make a comment to turn that emoji's frown upside down. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. With all that extra dough, why not give Monday a makeover? We see an office party in your future. Hosted by you. Hashtag happy face. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't. You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, man.
How about this?
How about that?
I go, hey, so there I am at the bank.
Did you bring Bob Murphy? We'll do that later.
Bob Murphy, yeah.
Should we do, like, the JFK assassination?
A tower, yeah.
All right.
High fly ball, deep to center field.
Ready?
Hey, Harry Carey, Mohr Stories, the podcast. Bob Murphy's joining me. Anthony Cumia, the batter. Ball one. Looked like a strike to me, Bob.
Pleasure to be here. Wonderful seeing you again. This word sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
It's the Mohr Stories podcast. Me and Bob are going to be back later to do the JFK assassination.
That one high and wide for ball two.
Back and to the left.
Anthony Cumia.
Jay Moore.
One of my oldest friends.
Yes, it's been a while.
Formerly of the Opie and Anthony show.
Formerly. I'm exiled from
Main Street.
From mainstream type radio. I've been exiled. I am an outcast from regular radio. From
I know the whole thing that went down. And you said you were attacked in Times Square by a woman. You called
very assaulted.
You said
was very angry.
And then you called her a savage, and then people, in my opinion, spun it into a racial thing.
Yeah.
Anybody that attacks somebody in this world is a savage. And for those of you people saying, hey, why are you making excuses for Anthony because you're friends? No, because I know the guy and I know he's not a fucking racist, so suck my balls. So, and I thought the best tweet of all your friends and supporters. I said, I think it said Anthony Cumia got fired for tweeting on his private time by a company, SiriusXM, that broadcasts pornography on its corporate time.
Yeah, there you go. They do. They
have a dick slurping channel.
They do have a dick slurping channel.
Spice, dick slurp next. 2 for Tuesday, 2 cocks.
I think it's called that, dick slurping, the dick slurping channel. Yeah, they're very hypocritical. But in this day and age, I don't know many organizations that aren't completely hypocritical. You just, everyone wants to take this new imaginary moral high ground with everything. And then meanwhile, their business as usual is some of the most despicable shit you'll ever see.
Yeah, like if Howard Stern gets a woman come in and she takes off her clothes and she rides the Sybian machine until she squirts all over the place.
Right.
That's fine.
It's fine.
And it's first of all, it's satellite radio. So I thought, and I'm not saying this like just to curry favor with you, because you and I know each other a long time. If I think you say something stupid, I'll tell you.
Exactly.
I thought the whole point of Sirius Satellite XM Radio was finally no rules, no commercials. I don't even know why there's every once in a while they'll be like, you're listening to hits on 80s, and I'm like, why are you even here?
Yeah, what are you, 80s on 8?
Yeah, this could just be a computer do it. We don't need you, Adam Hunter. Beat it. Those Dexy's Midnight Runners, a lot more coming up. I'm Adam Hunter, and here's a job that a computer could do next.
I don't think we need somebody to tell us it was Dexy's Midnight Runner.
Who is this band?
Who is these new kids on the block? It's one of these situations where it was sold to people as this amazing, uncensored, forum. Finally, we can listen to something and don't have to worry about the FCC and people that have a problem. It's true freedom of speech. And nah.
It's supposed to be a pirate ship when it launched.
Right, yeah.
I remember the commercials was you could drive from Maine to Miami and never have to turn the channel. And I used to do a bit. I go, thank God, because I make that drive all the time. Maybe that's kind of a weird commercial.
Right. From Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, for that matter, Lloyd.
And you'll never have to reach for the knob. It's deep tracks. Hi!
When you're running dope down 95 from Florida to...
Jesus. So you're in Times Square, for the people that don't know it, because let's be honest, people brush you with a very broad stroke. You name Anthony Cumia, formerly of the Opie and Anthony Show, they go, oh, that's that racist guy.
Yeah.
You've become like the poster child for being a racist guy.
Yeah, people will put that tag on me. I think once people hang out or do my show or listen for a little while, they realize it's a little more than that. I mean, anyone this day and age can get the racist tag put on them for just disagreeing. This day and age, for just disagreeing with certain people's ideology, you're automatically called a racist now, which really does undermine the true spirit of the word racist. Which, if you look at the civil rights movement over the last 50 or so years, I think people using the word racist many years ago would be insulted that just a difference of opinion is now labeled racist, when these people were, burning down churches and killing children as true racists. I think now it kind of waters down the whole thing,
So you're in Times Square. Tell everybody what happened.
Well, I'm in Times Square. It was about 334A, and I have an apartment in the city. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out with my nice new Canon fucking camera and take some pictures of Manhattan, one of the most populated areas on Earth.
All right, but that's like what a cokehead says.
Yeah, I understand. And
or
then
like
they go,
smoke meth and you go, I'm going to go take it. Just fucking keep the shutter down the whole time, man.
It just was something I wanted to do. I'm in New York. I keep very weird hours. I sleep a lot during the day. I'm like a bat. So I figured I'd go outside and take some pictures, because at that hour, it's one of the most populated areas of the world that doesn't have anyone in it. The lights are still on. It looks amazing. It's a very rare occurrence that you're going to go out during the afternoon and get the empty site down Broadway with all the lights on and everything. It's a cool picture. Yeah. So I started snapping pictures of everything. And there are pictures that I took that night that I put up of construction workers and the cops and the Indian
and
the
Cumia, C-U-M. I think I just crushed a joke here. Sorry about that. Okay. I took the runway out. Want you to land that one again?
Yeah, there you go.
At Anthony Cumia, C-U-M-I-A, and Cumia Show. He's got his own podcast. We're going to get to that later. So, So, and these pictures can be seen where?
They're up on my Instagram.
Okay.
I took a bunch of pictures.
And what's the Instagram account number?
It just that's Anthony Cumia. You find it that way.
C-U-M-I-A.
Yeah. And they came out great. And I took a picture of some girls that were walking by, a few Asian girls from the back in their little tight dresses. Just looked great. It looks nice, especially with a good camera. I'm really talking in an artistic fashion, Jay, that the depth of field looks great. The lights look amazing. Framing. A little blurred in the background. The framing is perfect. It looked really good. So I started taking a picture down some scaffolding. Scaffolding up in Manhattan all the time. And it makes a nice tunnel kind of look with the lights and everything. Yeah. And there was a woman walking away from me. And she hears, and the camera going off, and turns around. She goes, no. Starts coming at me with her finger wagging at me. And she called me a white motherfucker and popped me in the face.
She hit you. Closed fist,
hit me right away. Bam.
Open hand, closed fist?
It was an open hand. Right. Open hand smack in the face.
Pimp move.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, okay. No, I'm doing the Asian ladies now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we don't mind. Take my photo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what it was.
And then the black lady, she was like,
don't take my picture.
Bam, smacking me around. I then go to, I put my arm up because I want to defend against any blows, but I'm not in any way imaginable hitting her or anything. Right. And then a couple of other dudes came out of the woodwork, and one of them goes, "You don't touch that girl." And I wasn't touching her.
Suddenly
but,
you're a minority here.
Yes, I felt that way
minorities.
for a bit.
Yeah.
But I then uttered one of the most embarrassing things I've ever said in my life, borrowed sort of from Platoon. I turned around and said, "Hey, this ain't your show."
Yeah. Was that Barnes or Elias?
No, this ain't your show, Elias. Yeah, Barnes, I think, laid that one on Elias.
She's a fucking human being, man.
Yeah.
So this is all, you and I have known each other a long time.
Yeah.
You're looking me in the eye and you're telling me, hand to God, who I don't think you really believe in because you went to the other side and came back and there was nothing there. You're telling me in my eyes, this is absolutely what happened.
This is absolutely what happened. Look, I'll look you right in the eye. I'll look anyone.
I got no reason not to believe my friend
right.
Anthony. Because you would tell me, like, you know what, in all honesty, I was fucking starting shit.
But, Jay, here's another thing. I'm not saying anything that's so outrageous.
Oh, hold on. I just saw a photo of one of these.
Look at that. That is a nice shot, right?
It's a beautiful
That's
good
a
job,
beautiful
Corey.
picture.
It's Instagram.com/acumia, ACUMIA. Yeah. These are actually really nice photos. It looks like you're doing Taxi Driver 2015.
Exactly, right? Look, the streets are wet. Looks good.
She ordered apple pie with a slice of cheese. She could have had anything she wanted. Oh, these are great photos, Anthony.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The photo
That was the same
of the
night.
black woman punching you in the face.
She's on there. She is on there as she was wagging her finger in my face. But I'm not telling you.
So other guys come out to defend her.
Yeah.
You know, you're just defending yourself.
But first of all, I'm not telling you something that's so outrageous that I would be lying about this. Like, oh, Jay. Oh, but yeah, that guy should have been angry at taking that picture. It's not so outrageous that this couldn't happen, that I would have to lie about this. I mean, I was snapping pictures. Obviously, there's pictures from that night, and that's what I was doing. And is it so odd to believe that a woman would come up and just smack me in the face based on some of the stuff we've seen online? I mean, it does happen. So
I've seen a video of a guy in a mall in Prague, and somebody steals a purse and runs through the mall, and in mid-conversation does like a reverse head kick and takes the guy out. So you know what I mean? Like, there's not weirder things have happened.
Weirder things have happened. So yeah, this is what happened.
Does the kerfuffle go with the lady, or as my wife said, the word fracas not used enough anymore.
Fracas? A fracas?
No, not completely like a dying word.
Yeah,
bring it
it
back.
is.
How long was the fracas?
It probably lasted 5 minutes because
Really? That's a long time
It is a
out on the
long
street.
time because I'm looking around for a cop. I was going to wave down a car and say, "This fucking piece of shit," but something just to get it on the record, I guess. And she goes, I said, I'm getting a cop, and she goes, "You get a cop? I'll just tell him you were sexually harassing me." Like, oh, okay, that's where we're going with this. So we just traded some barbs back and forth. I called her fucking, bitch, and I'll take pictures wherever I want, you fucking piece of shit, whatever, like, oh, you got to start just fucking smacking me in the face. It just, went back and forth like that until I was like, all right, fuck this. My apartment's 2 blocks away. I'm just going to go back to my apartment. So on the way back, I figured that was the best time, full of anger, piss, and vinegar, to start tweeting about what happened.
You were walking and tweeting.
I was walking and tweeting about what happened. And, it's also a good time to throw in a little social commentary.
Yeah.
At the same, while you're that pissed off and commenting
Thanks,
on.
Obama.
Yeah, whatever it took. But I did jump to, I did say some things that I think were misconstrued as being racist.
Well, the word savages people seem to latch onto in the mainstream
Well, she was
media.
acting like a savage. I mean, there's no way.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You can't, and I would use that label for anybody that instantly just went from 0 to 100 as far as violence goes. That could have been a, hey, I don't want my picture taken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And I'm not being... For the listener, look, I'm not being an Anthony Cumia, an apologist. I have seen you call many white people savages to their face in studio. Like, oh, what a fucking savage. You pulled me aside like during a commercial break.
Those goddamn...
Did you see that guy?
Those Russian pedal cab guys, they're all savages.
They smell nice. It's a good thing you're behind them downwind. It's nice now unemployment's at 13%, but everybody that comes over from fucking anything with an IA at the end of it, they got a job peddling you around Manhattan. No seatbelt, no problem.
No.
Where you go? For you, good price. Just keep pedaling.
Yes, very good.
Captain Quads.
Where do you go?
So who... Did you just like wake up the next day and go, uh-oh? Like who picked up on it first?
Yeah, I noticed some of the responses to the tweets I was getting. And it was,
see, that's what you get in trouble for is someone will be like, that N cunt.
Yeah.
Like how about I can say cunt and I can't say the other one?
Right.
That's the world we live in. But then it's tied to your account.
Yeah. And I didn't drop any N-bombs or anything. It wasn't even like that. I was just saying, that's terrible, this. And then I was talking about how there is this there's a disproportionate number of people just jumping to immediate violence in the black community. I said that. That was part of my social commentary. And like I said before, though, too, it's nothing that reverends, community leaders, activists haven't said also. We need a problem. There's a problem. We need unity in the community and this and that.
I just like on the walk home, you thought you were talking to Don Lemon.
I know.
Well, you know what it is, Don? In the African-American community, I don't know why I said that like Colin. All right.
So you get fired.
Yeah. A few days later, I guess Gawker got a hold of it, and anything out of context. And I'm thinking to myself,
well, hold on. Now I'll pay the other side. What's out of context about it? They have the tweets in order.
Yeah.
You explain in the first tweet what happened. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, like what got pulled out. In my opinion, what I thought you got shafted for was using the word savages and then other people saying, like, that's your word for the N-word.
Right.
That's where I thought it was uncool because you and I, we hang out with the same black people.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the one. Anyway.
Just the one guy.
I think that's where it got off kill. So, like, I don't know how anything you could help me understand. Like, what got pulled out of context? Because it was all right there in Twitter form, in order.
This is what's happening these days with social media. What gets pulled out of context is things are left out. Things just get left out now. And then the new version is this with this completely removed. So what was taken out was the fact that moments before I was literally being assaulted in Times Square by this woman. Moments earlier. So when I called her a savage for just not even discussing the fact that she was upset that I was taking her picture and whatever, she just immediately started rapping me in the face. That to me is savage behavior. It's not civilized. It's not being able to sit there and discuss a problem you have with somebody. Unless, of course, they start by punching you in the face, then you act in kind. But so when people started retweeting this and commenting on my tweets, they left out the part. Oh, supposedly a girl was giving him a problem, it said.
I did read a lot of
so it was like, it turned into I was just wandering the streets, pretty much doing upskirts with my iPhone, and a girl didn't like it. I dropped the N-bomb, and she punched me in the face, and I got everything I deserved. That was like what it turned into.
Yeah.
And it was nothing like that.
Here's also, I forget, there was a black person that came to your defense because you have a license to carry a firearm. You were armed when this happened.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Penn Jillette.
Penn did, right.
It wasn't a black person. It was an atheist.
It was Penn.
It was.
He's tall.
He's a savage.
Yeah.
Making that little silent man disappear every night, bringing him back. It's savage. All right.
Savage behavior.
So Penn Jillette said you were like Gandhi.
Right.
Because you have Anthony Cumia, very fully licensed to carry. I've been at restaurants with you, and I've said, let me see it.
Yeah.
And you show me the gun on your hip. So you're getting punched in the face, and guys are coming out of the woodwork. And one thing you didn't do, it never dawned on you to reach for your sidearm. Because if I had a gun, I'd be like, you want a little piece?
You want some of this?
Hey, piggy. I'd be like Kevin Dillon. If you see that
piggy.
See that fucking head come apart?
Nice pig, yeah. No, I never felt like my life was being threatened at any moment. Yeah. Could it have escalated to where I would have felt my life was threatened? Yeah, hypothetically, who knows?
Maybe if they didn't respond to your very scary,
my fucking it's not your show. They're like, whoa, let's back off. Woo. It's not your show.
Lordy.
No, I never felt like my life was being threatened, and you don't just pull those out to wave it around to get people to back off or anything like that.
It's also a felony. It's brandishing.
Brandishing.
I didn't know that I used to be a gun owner, and I said something like, I go out in my yard and I just show them my gun. And then my friend said, Billy Mack said, that's brandishment, that's a felony. I go, in my yard, if somebody's like breaking into my house and I walk them out and they run away, and if I stand in my front yard and I hold up my pistol, he goes, you're committing a felony.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think they'd have a hard time with that one. You'd probably get off the hook for old time's sake.
Yeah, old time's sake.
For old time's sake.
So you get fired from Sirius XM satellite radio.
Yeah.
They call you in. Hold on. Listen to these commercials real quick.
Hey, man, if she tells you she does not want anything for Valentine's Day, what she means is, please get me something, anything for Valentine's Day, and you better make it good. Show her you thought of something unique and different this year and get her the gift she is sure to love. Sherry's Berries. Berries. Listen to this. Giant freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries. Starting at $19.99, over a 40% savings. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and type in my code, MOHR, more. Go to Sherry's Berries, berries.com, BERRIES.com, click on the microphone, and type in my code, more, MOHR. If you do this, I'll get credit for it, and all the people at Sherry's Berries will say, wow, Mohr Stories podcast listeners, that's a great place to advertise. Listen, here's the only way to get this amazing Valentine's Day deal. Giant, juicy, freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99, or you could double the berries for just $10. Visit berries.com, BERRIES, berries.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner, type in MOHR. Berries.com, click on the microphone and enter my code MORE. Order today. Well, hello there. My name is Jay Mohr. You know that. Cold weather is here. And for many of us, myself included, that means dry, itchy, winter skin. Instead of using the same old anti-itch products this winter, I want to challenge you to try something new. Try Calm, TRICALM. Try Calm. A recent clinical study showed that Tricalm is 5 times more effective at reducing itch than 1% hydrocortisone, which is a topical steroid. Tricalm works on skin irritations like the dry, itchy skin people get during colder months without the unwanted side effects of steroids. Tricalm has an itch-free guarantee. If you have dry, itchy winter skin like me, get a tube of Tricalm for your medicine cabinet, your car, at your desk, at work. It's guaranteed itch relief, 5 times more effective than hydrocortisone with none of the side effects of steroids. Find the white and blue box in the anti-itch aisle at Walmart, Walgreens, and CVS Pharmacy. Tricalm. Jay Mohr here, and you guys hear me talking about razor blades and shaving and the blades that are the best. But you know what we don't talk about? Cremo. Cremo is the best thing you could put on your face before you shave. Look, shaving irritates your skin. It gives you nicks, bumps, razor burn. You probably blamed your razor. You thought about upgrading it every year with the latest gimmick. Maybe that would make your problems go away. But upgrading your razor usually just costs you more money. You know what you need to do? Upgrade your shave cream. Cremo. Shaving gels and foams are mostly air. Did you know that? Air is not a lubricant. This can cause irritation and discomfort. Cremo, C-R-E-M-O, is an impossibly slick foam-free shave cream and comes in a tube, not a can. Almost any razor will glide effortlessly and comfortably over your sensitive skin with virtually no bumps or burn or irritation. Want a better shave? Try upgrading your shave cream. Get Cremo at Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS Pharmacy. Red cap, white tube, Cremo.
So who calls you in? Is it an email? Email seems to be the cuntiest way.
Oh, yes.
Like when somebody goes, hey, I have to work. You want to come up and see me for a second?
Yeah, but it wasn't even an email to tell me to meet somebody. It was an email telling me I was fired.
Ooh,
this is 10 years with their organization. And I got an email saying, yeah, that you're done. There's nothing, no other recourse here. What was said was, and then, a few words about how horrible what I said was.
Who protests Sirius Satellite XM radio that like sponsors are no longer going to, like what Adam and Eve are going to pull out?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you put this on your finger, it vibrates when you put on your partner's clit. Like, we're not advertising that if that lunatic's in the building.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like these condoms make her fucking heat it up.
They never.
That was the worst. Like these. What am I, Voss?
Hey, let me tell
condoms,
you. First of all,
the condoms get warm. You know what I was saying. Don't act like
okay.
You think who you are now.
Sushi.
Sushi.
So
they
like, where was the pressure coming from?
Nowhere. That's the part that really got me. There wasn't a bit of pressure coming from any organization. They weren't getting phone calls. They were reading Twitter, and then people were, you get these scumbags that take the tweets and then email them to everybody, CC'd all the bosses at SiriusXM, like, look what your fucking employee is saying. But no companies said, hey, it's going to be financially, bad for you if you keep this guy on board. They just fired me. And I have my theories, and other people do. A financial move. It was right before the contract negotiation. So I think they knew they could save some money. Make Jimmy and Opie happy by taking some of my money and sprinkling it around to them, but pocketing the lion's share of that. So now
those two, Opie and Jimmy, took a lot of heat because a lot of people thought they should not have shown up for work Monday in support of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was it part? Did you have any conversations with Opie and Jimmy, like you guys going in, or was it just understood going in and keep calm, carry on?
No, I didn't take any. I didn't have any conversations with them. As a matter of fact, I did a little with Jimmy.
Those motherfuckers,
it's like those sons of bitches. Look, as a person, I think anyone would want everyone to, come to your aid. The cavalry's going to ride in. Oh, you let Anthony go? This will not stand. But I'm a realist here. I understand, Opie's got 2 kids and a wife and lives in Manhattan. Jimmy, same thing.
Jimmy likes little kids.
Jimmy loves kids.
Wants to make
and
one a wife.
Manhattan and he gets a lot of people going to his gigs because of the promotion on the radio show. So I'm not stupid. I understand they needed to make a living. Could there have been other ways? I'm not sure what they went through and what they did to come to my defense. I just never talked to them about it. I never talked to them about who they talked to, what they said to the various bosses at SiriusXM. But I would assume there were things that could have been done. Whether they were done or not, I don't know. I just don't know. So, but I know they need to work. And just like that, I needed to work too.
So that's why you went right into the Cumia show.
Had to be immediate. Had to happen very quickly.
And is it free? Is it do you pay a little bit a month?
Please, free.
What do I know?
Free schmee.
What do I know?
No,
free?
It's
all right. Don't make a big deal out of it because I got the numbers wrong.
It's a very
subscription-based.
Yes,
podcast.
very reasonable. $7 a month.
Okay, so it's the Cumia Show, Cumia show on Twitter at Cumia Show.
AnthonyCumia.com is where you can get it.
That's where all the good stuff happens. And by the way, this is your second trip to California in the last year, so I want to thank you for making me the 9th podcast visit.
That's not true.
You really?
Yes, I.
You want to go down the goddamn list?
I went on Joe Rogan's show.
Rogan, Corolla.
I haven't done
Bill
Corolla
Burr.
yet.
You did them all.
I didn't do Burr yet.
Excuse me, are you a podcast doctor? I'm just happy to have you. It seems like you guys, I have very specific Opie and Anthony questions. Mm-hmm. It seems to me you guys used to battle with Howard all the time.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to me that you did.
We did, yeah.
But it seems to me after you guys got paid, after you did, and I'm a friend of the show for life, and I always talk about you guys on this podcast.
Yeah.
It seems to me you guys never realized that you had won. Like, you're making a lot of money. You're set up. Like, the show's never going anywhere unless Anthony does upskirts of black women and drops N-bombs on the subway. And it seemed like there was always, like, shots across the bow. And it was on the same floor. Howard's on the same floor as you guys. So, is what I'm saying makes sense? Like, you guys never understood, like, we've won. Like these are two. Like they operate over there.
Are you too stupid to realize you've won?
And we operate over here. The
Yeah.
two they are not mutually exclusive. It's the same company, but it always seemed to be Scuds sort of going one way only.
Yeah. True.
Was it obsessive? Because I was always like, I never really wanted to hear when I was listening.
Yep.
I was like, fuck, you guys, like, stop, like, just come back to the conversation. Like, you're like, this is so much fun. Forget it.
No need for it. I never thought there was any need to continue battling with somebody that wasn't even battling with us anymore. I think mine and Opie's take on it were a lot different.
What's he did America's Got Talent, Rob?
I used to have fun doing like goofing on Howard, just as I would with any other known personality.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like that, in that aspect, that would still continue. You know,
I do
I would still
impressions
do
of
that.
Jim Rome, and people go like, "Why are you bashing Rome?" I go, "You know what? No one ever said, why are you bashing Christopher Walken?"
Right, yeah. It's just you're having fun with it. Let me tell you, Robin. Yeah, it wasn't a bash thing. It was kind of a fun thing, you know. But yeah, Opie, on the other hand, had a little more of a personal vendetta against him for various reasons, I guess. I think Opie perceived Howard's comments sometimes as being a little more personal than I ever did. So he would answer that in kind.
And again, I've made my bed with you guys. We all know, this is not a secret. And if you listen to my podcast, I talk about you guys all the fucking time. But it seems like Howard was always firing back. I don't think Howard ever, like with Jonah Hill in studio, just took time out to like smash Opie and Anthony.
No.
It was always like he'd hear and hear and hear and then finally go, the fuck's with these guys?
Yeah. Those guys. Yeah. He would. Yeah. I don't know why. I always thought it was, unless it was in fun or unless if Howard was in the news one day because of America's Got Talent or a contract or a house out in the Hamptons, just something in the news, I would talk about that like I would any other celebrity in the news. I never really understood why after so many years we still had to say, oh, he's taking Fridays off. Oh, fuck him and this. His show sucks now. Baba Booey stinks and this and that. Like that. I never understood that part of it. I always liked those guys, and in the mornings going up in the elevator and stuff.
You see him in the hallway.
You see him, and I was always
like, hey.
I give him a wave and how you doing? Fred's a great guy, a lot of fun. Robin in the elevator, I would have a little small talk, and it was never let me get on here now and beat the shit out of her. Right. So yeah, you're never gonna make it sound like he didn't accomplish things and he wasn't good at what he did. So when you talk about it in that way, I think you come off looking a little silly sometimes. So you can't do that with someone that's so successful.
You were aware of it when it was happening.
Okay. Yeah.
Why would I spend $7 for the Cumia show monthly? What is it? It's live?
Well, it is live.
Break it down for me. Why is this the best?
Absolutely live. It's HD video too. It's not just because I said people don't they can't just see me or hear me. I want them to see the amazingness that is me.
Yeah. Can they smell you?
Right. The thing is with just an audio medium. There's so much going on now online with the videos and the news is right there in your face, and it doesn't make any sense unless there's video. People want to see what's happening. And toward the end of the time I was on O&A, we would play videos and describe them on the show.
I remember.
And it was very frustrating to us and to the listener. So with this, I'm able to play the videos, pause them, comment on them, take people's calls, Skype in interviews. It's just it adds a whole nother dimension to it. And unlike SiriusXM satellite radio, it is completely uncensored.
It's pirate ship.
At this point, to cancel me, it's going to need Colombians like at Tony Montana's house to take me off the air. It's my house. It's my facility.
And you do it and your house is an actual compound. I've always wondered, the Kennedys had a compound. Some people have hey,
just loved the word.
Bill Clinton hurt his knee on Greg Norman's compound.
Yeah.
It is the separation between apartment, condo, house, mansion. Holy shit, this place is huge. Compound. Compound's like you might as well have a moat and like 18 Arabian horses.
Yeah.
Eating bales of marijuana and then walking away slowly.
Okay. Exactly. Also, a compound, I think, is something where you're not quite sure what's going on in it at any given moment, even if you're the
I didn't
owner.
know she was home.
Right. It's exactly
all the way upstairs counting a shoe collection. What am I supposed to do? What did I know?
You never know what's going on at the other end of the compound, and people show up, and you don't know why they're there. It's just, it conjures up a great image.
You have a good time at your house. Like I see pictures of you on Twitter with these like crazy pool parties.
Yeah, the pool parties.
Black people in that pool, Anthony.
That's right. Well, Carlton's there. He's
big crazy racist Anthony. There's like 14 people in the pool. 12 of them are black guys.
Yeah, what the hell?
12 black guys that could swim, first of all. And they're all at your house in Long Island.
Yes.
All right. Where are they supposed to go? Why are you making a big deal out of it?
Well, you want them Lake Ronkonkoma?
Lake Ronkonkoma. That's one of the best Colin Quinn words you could ever use.
When he called it the conch, like it was a resort.
Oh, you never been to the conch? If I really wanted to go Colin, I would say Patchogue. All right. He always likes Eau Claire, Wisconsin as well.
Colin, funniest man.
Oh, he is.
But you do a lot of impressions too, and I don't think you get enough credit for it. And you and I did Bob. It's weird because like the Opie and Anthony show. First of all, do you miss it?
Yeah, I talk about it all the time. Not so much on a day-to-day basis, but there are certain shows. Like the other day, I guess Voss, Bob Kelly, Colin Quinn. Who else was in that day?
You know what,
just Jimmy in there. They
were at your house?
No, I wish they were at the O&J show, and I was like, God, I would have loved to have been there for that one. And I've been there when they have been there, and it's just
Bobby and I were in
fun.
Denver at the same time. There's a Comedy Works and there's another Comedy Works, and I was like, bro, we got to do I got all my stuff. Let's do the podcast. Fucking gave me the brush.
Are you kidding?
He goes, you know what, dude? I got an audition next week. I'm like, bro, it's an hour. You're here for 4 fucking days. That snowman gave me the brush.
What happened?
He's perfect circles, his whole body. Like if you were learning to draw and you made like a circle for a head and a circle for a body and circle hands.
Oh, Bobby.
And then put little boots in the bottom.
It's Faleeri's show. He had to gain weight.
You know what, dude? Everything. What I love about Bobby Kelly at Robert Kelly. Is it Robert Kelly or Robert Kelly Live?
I think Robert Kelly Live.
You just Google search Bobby Kelly comedian. Everything that he says in the affirmative winds up with a cup of coffee in his hand. You go like, how'd you like Space Mountain? You know what, you wait in line, but when you get on there, it's worth it. You get off, you get your coffee. No matter what it is. How was the gangbang? It was good, bro. Some guy came on my neck. I got a coffee. It's the worst Bobby impression ever.
It's perfect, though, with the coffee, because he does do that.
And so you Voss, Colin Quinn, Bobby Kelly, and you go, shit. That's
and I'm like, fuck, because I remember how much fun that shit was. And then certain guests would come in. I wanted to sit and talk with the Foo Fighters because I never got to meet them, and they came in.
Why
and
can't
shit.
you crash?
They don't let me in the building.
Are you really not allowed in the building?
They put a fucking a poster up of my face and said, "This man is not allowed in. He is no longer an employee." Like in the lobby of the actual building.
Well, what if your lawyer's on like the 15th floor?
I don't know. What if I just want to go to the restaurant and get a sandwich?
Hey,
you're not allowed in a casino. You're fucked up. You're on the list.
That prick made my money go to sleep.
He's a square. You can't treat him like that. He's a square.
Made my money go to sleep.
That's what he says.
Fucking brilliant. I love it.
I lost touch. You're the one walking around like fucking John Barrymore with a cigarette holder in a fucking bathrobe. I lost fucking touch. That prick made my money go to sleep.
I'm going to knock you out. And when you wake up, right around the time you come out of your coma, I'm going to be at the end of your bed, and I'm going to fucking knock you out again. What are you doing? You can't talk to that guy like that. By the way, Joe Pesci in Casino, no one ever talks about the fact, perfect Kansas City accent.
That is a Kansas City accent, huh?
I am not doing it justice. Perfect.
I thought it was Baltimore at first.
Oh, no.
Because it's...
The guys back home, Dave, what the fuck did they care as long as they were earning?
It's such a fucking... Is that your favorite? What, your Goodfellas is your favorite?
You know what?
Platoon.
Goodfellas.
You and I love the same one.
It's the same, yeah. And Casino, over the years, Casino's definitely notched up on Goodfellas, but I'm not sure if it's just that I've seen Goodfellas so many fucking times.
James Woods takes me out of any movie.
Does he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Little James Woodsy.
But he's not such a big part in that where he should take. And you probably appreciate when they beat the shit out of him then.
Imagine if like Mark Ruffalo was old enough to have like done that part.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big
Take
difference.
out of it.
What do you want to sponsor, Ginger?
No one ever took me out of anything like I was watching a Band of Brothers, which I thought was fantastic. HBO's miniseries on World War II, and it was fantastic. And then they're in the middle of the Battle of the Bulge, and artillery is going off, and they're running out of ammo, and they're freezing. And here comes the Jeep with the guy going, "Hey, you need some ammo?" And it's Jimmy Fallon.
No.
I shit you not.
Really?
I'm like, bap, gone. I'm out of this.
More than Travolta in Thin Red Line?
All right, that was pretty bad, too.
You want to hear a great story? Because I had Dash Mihawk has been on. He's up there on the phone.
Oh, yes.
We're hugging up there. And he was Bunchy in Ray Donovan.
Uh-huh.
So in Thin Red Line, Terrence Malick filmed Thin Red Line where each guy in the cast was the actual star of the movie. That's why it took so fucking long.
Oh,
So like Ben Chaplin, there's a version where it's all Ben Chaplin. There's a version where it's all Sean Penn. There's a version where it's all Dash. And they just, Adrian Brody. But there was something about Jim Caviezel. In the editing room, you couldn't take your fucking eyes off the guy. Because his story was going to be like, these two guys keep going AWOL and they don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
You know, but he became the star of the movie. And when John Travolta goes up on the ship, he's got to go up there. Jesus Christ, Stavros, I need you to take that hill with Nick Nolte. And Nick Nolte keeps getting passed over. And then Travolta comes, and he's such a fucking clown that Terrence Malick said, why don't we do take the whole scene, but no one talk, just use your hands? And then when you watch Thin Red Line, the map's out on the bridge of that ship.
Yeah.
And it's just Travolta going, like sliding his hands around. And then they use the voice from the other take all the way to Guadalcanal, just to make him look more fucking stupid. And you watch it again, they keep cutting to Nick Nolte like, Jesus Christ, this is why I'm passed over.
I have got to see this.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that fucking movie.
Travolta can take out of a lot of movies. Oh, and by the way, the Band of Brothers thing, that was after I was taken out in episode 1.
Wait, so Jimmy Fallon played a guy that showed up in a Jeep.
In a Jeep to drop off ammo to these soldiers that were like dying.
Was he holding in a laugh as he was dropping off the ammo?
It was kind of like, hey, you need some ammo, guys? You know? yeah. Yeah. He can't contain his laughter. David Schwimmer was in the opening episode.
Oh, that'll take you.
As like a lieutenant. And it just wasn't washing.
You know, it speaks a lot to like some guy's crazy fucking talent. Like George Clooney was in Thin Red Line. Mm-hmm. Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And at no point were you like, the fuck is he? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're so good
just
that in
so
the middle of a battle, Woody Harrelson
yeah.
goes, hey, do me a favor. And you're like, oh, what is it? Like, what? But then Travolta just comes up with that little like porn stash, and you're like, oh no,
it's John Travolta.
Oh, Ray Romano was in it.
Yeah, there are some people that just take you right out.
I'm
man.
trying to think of who takes you out of a movie the most. Like there's people like when you see them in any movie, you're just like, oh my god, probably. I don't know.
You're
you know
enjoying it, and then
I've learned that I'm the white Ernie Hudson.
You're the white Ernie Hudson.
If Ernie Hudson's in a movie, it's not doing well. Don't say Ghostbusters. Name an Ernie Hudson movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I can't even name another one.
I've done this on stage many, many, many times.
Yeah.
Eventually somebody will go, hand the rocks to Cradle.
Oh.
And I'll go, I didn't know you were here. Because I'm a hack.
That's hilarious.
My wife, she told me to say it. I can't take credit.
Funny.
She writes the fucking bits.
I didn't know you were here.
And I go like, wow. And I do like a whole thing. You've seen me do stand-up probably 20 fucking times.
Yeah.
But now I talk a lot. Like I do Clint Eastwood stories, which I've done on the show.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
My problem was never booze or drugs. My problem was always P-U-S-S-Y. Yeah, you got to come see me do stand-up if you want to hear the rest of that fucking story. But here's the thing. Like, I really okay, I've worked with the biggest actors in the world and the biggest failures they've ever done. Starts with Jerry Maguire. All systems go, right? And I will say this to my own credit. I'm the only, and you're the guest, so I want you to talk more. I'm the only guy that made a movie with Jennifer Aniston that actually made money. Every other guy, it's just like, we're crazy. It's a mishap. I got to make believe I'm dating him, and she's dating the other guy at the restaurant. I kicked him under the table, right, guys? But then, like, Al Pacino, I did.
But Jerry Maguire was huge.
No, I'm saying, like, that's how it started. Then
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston, and I thought literally, like, I'm named above the title super movie star because I'm an egomaniac, narcissist. This
Here
was
you
feeding
go. Right.
Alcoholic at the time, too. And then Al Pacino and Eddie Murphy in the same summer.
Oh,
Pluto Nash and Simone. Good luck finding that on Netflix.
Pluto
That's
Nash.
on Netflix.
Simone was terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh.
And you go, but Pluto Nash, there was a podcast, How Did This Get Made? And they did Pluto Nash. And I was so mad they didn't ask me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because I would have had great insight.
Sure.
It's like,
We're in the
okay,
goddamn thing.
It's Eddie Murphy said, yeah, I'll do this right after the Clumps. This is before Eddie Murphy had 8 bombs in a row.
Right.
And then I went in to meet, because I read the script, I go, wait, so, like, there's smugglers on the moon? I'm confused. And they go, well, they want you to meet the producer. I go, who's the producer? They go, Martin Bregman. I go, that sounds familiar. And I meet Martin Bregman, fucking Dog Day Afternoon, that Martin Bregman.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah, like
okay.
all the Martin Bregman movies. And he goes, look, it's literally out of this world. It's Eddie Murphy. It's space. We put some comedy in it.
Come on. Can't lose.
You get to sing. You're going to play Sinatra in the future. And look, we'll have a good time. That's what Martin Bregman told me. And I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. And then you're up in Montreal.
Can't lose. Just don't forget about the 14-point spread. Can't lose.
Then 2 weeks into Montreal, you're going, wow, this is a really bad idea. Do you guys have pot? Where's the camera truck? They always have pot. And then Simone
shit.
And then Simone with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
You go, well, Al Pacino's doing this.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, I mean, so that's, and then, but no, you can't. So I am the kiss of death.
I can't agree with that. There are movies you've been in that are just fucking brilliant.
Well, the brilliant ones nobody's seen. The best one is Seeing Other People, which I don't even think you saw.
I didn't see that one.
I'll write it down for you. You will. It's a couple that's about to get married, and then they realize they never like fucked a lot of people, so they're like, let's just take some time. We're still engaged. Let's go out into the world. And my guy's a TV writer, so he fucks everything, and she just fucks the gardener over and over and over and over and over, and then like the wheels fall off and get put back together.
What an interesting little concept.
It's great because you realize like it's boring, but boring is fucking great. And we fold our laundry and we watch reruns, and that's happiness. And what just happened is fucking terrible. That's the best one.
Suicide Kings, though, that's fucking giant.
Of course, that was a good movie.
That is
How come he was never on Opie and Anthony? Christopher Walken.
I would have loved to have him.
Why didn't Kevin Pollak do Christopher Walken with me when we were there together? Remember?
Right? Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
We were begging.
Why?
I think he thought, and you can correct me on this, there seems to be a perception that I am a very aggro motherfucker that likes to keep score.
Yeah.
And you know me very well.
Mm-hmm.
I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
I want to help people. And if I want Kevin Pollak to do Walken, it's because I want to play.
Right. Have fun. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go like, fuck yeah, mine's so much better than yours. And you're fucking... And by the way, his is better than mine.
He does a great way. He's a great impressionist.
I am on the record as saying his Walken is better than mine. Because the Talkin' Walken podcast he does, there was a sound fuck up in episode 1. Episode 2 starts with him as Walken explaining what happened. And he's just alone in his house. Fucking.
It sounds like it's Walken doing it. Yeah.
Because I'm doing like the impression of the impression.
You ever think though sometimes somebody, because there have been days where someone goes,
time, Anthony.
So,
We're up against the corporate clock. 877-99 on Fox. Oh no, this isn't my radio show. It's my podcast. Go on. I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead.
There's sometimes when somebody goes, hey, do that impression. And some days you jump right into it, and most days, and it's fun and everything. And some days you're just like, nah, I don't want to.
The only time it bothers me is at a meet and greet after a show.
Yeah.
You do an hour and a half, at a theater, no opening act. You're sweating your cock off. There's a lot. The meet and greet is an hour and a half because everybody, like, I'll stay because I want to sell T-shirts and stuff. T-shirts are available at jmohr.com. And then somebody comes up and goes, "No alternative lifestyle droopy dog, huh?" Like something really tiny.
Right.
And that's just gay droopy dog. Like, oh, boy.
Did you say Club Soda Kenny was going to be bottomless? Oh, boy. Remember Bang Bus? I do.
I love it. So, yeah, when people ask me, like, how come you didn't do blank after an hour and a half? A part of me dies. Like, do you know how hard I just worked?
Yeah.
Like, because I leave it on the field, man.
I put it all out there. And
put it all out there.
I can't do it all in one night.
Anytime, any place. Will you drive nights, weekends? Anytime, any place.
Uptown, Harlem.
Anytime, any place. How'd your driving record? Clean, like my conscience.
Like my conscience.
Are you going to break my chops? Because if you are, you can take it right under the arches. No, I'm not going to break your chops. Says here, you in the Army. Oh, no kidding.
God damn, Jay.
No, I don't know.
It's amazing.
Those are the days. That's taxi driver.
Of course.
I'm just waiting for the senator. I'm waiting for the sun to shine. It took me like 6 viewings. This is like being back on O&A. It's ADD, and you haven't even said anything.
No, I love it.
Fucking say stuff.
I've said a few things.
Who's your favorite guest? Who's a guest you had on the Anthony Cumia podcast, which is like $7 a month, and I highly recommend it because Anthony Cumia is a friend of mine, and I know he wants to entertain you very much.
True, open, and honest dialogue. Anybody wants to call in. We have people call in. They want whatever they want to talk about, whatever context. There's no ban on words or opinions. You know, whatever.
Is Keith the cop booking your show?
Keith is indeed. He has some help.
That might hamstring you a little bit.
But he's well. You know what?
I was wondering if you were available in mid-February.
I think next week we have the SWAT team from.
Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad guest, honestly.
It isn't.
You can believe what you want about it. I'm a Navy SEAL, a fighter, a governor. He obviously was. It was the HARP system and mind control.
You've had him on your show.
Oh, yeah.
How
Jesse.
crazy is the governor?
Jesse, the body/mind, is batshit crazy.
Is that a bad thing in politics? I mean, they're all psychopaths. If you read like John Ronson's like the psychopath test, you go, wow, these guys are all like really like serial killers and politicians.
Yeah.
It's the same check. You're checking the same boxes.
I think you're right
mentally.
But here's the weird thing with Jesse. He was, the wrestler for a while. Jesse the body, the feather boas, the friggin' hair, all that. Yeah,
and a boa,
like
a footnoik, right? What is he, a gay?
What are you, fagotito?
Gee, look at him with the tights. He's got a heart on. Where'd Bob Murphy go? Went to get off the roof. Sorry.
And then he becomes a governor, and he shaved his head. He put on the suit. He had the little mustache. He looked the part, and it was like, wow, I guess that was an act. That crazy wrestler guy. And then the second he's out of office, he grows the riffraff skullet, the friggin' beard, and becomes even nuttier than he was. So he time out. He took a little time out while he was governor to kind of not be as crazy. So I think he really is nuts.
Well, he's a big conspiracy guy. Like, he thinks 9/11's an inside job.
Oh, yeah. All of those things.
Like, nobody landed on the moon. We did on the soundstage in Tempe.
His show, that conspiracy.
How could the government keep a fucking secret? Like, Jon Stewart just once said, like, Dick Morris couldn't get his toe sucked in Jakarta without it being in the New York Times.
Without people knowing.
We could fake a fucking moon landing?
Oh.
Disney helped them, and in turn, they gave them land in Florida. You might have heard it, Disney World.
How great would it be if he showed up as governor and he never took off the bow and the tights? If he was just like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Woo! Limousine driving, airplane flying, governor of Florida.
Oh,
woo!
That would be great. Other governors talking. He just comes in from the side of the screen with a flying elbow.
Fucking Randy Orton.
It'd be fantastic.
Fucking bunch of dopes. Who the fuck would want that job? I want to run Minnesota.
Minnesota, of all places.
And like that's the state that you need to make better.
Yeah. And that's the one that's going to catapult you into other forms of government. Yeah. And we all know.
And you know what? Really?
When I was on Saturday Night Live, I looked up at the big board of potential guests. And I go, I knew who she was. I just couldn't place it. And I go, who's Emma Thompson? And Al Franken had a pencil, always had a pencil in his mouth. Like fucking disgusting with those big giant lips. You know what I mean? He had those huge, like Andy Pettit lips. Like, ugh. And, he's had a pencil in his mouth, and he took it out and he threw it. He goes,
Are you fucking kidding me? She got nominated for an Academy Award. She got nominated.
and then he went to put another pencil in his mouth, threw that one, and then he went to walk away. And I go, whoa, before you go. And he goes, what? I go, who are Smashing Pumpkins? And he goes, I don't know, but they didn't get nominated for a fucking Academy Award.
Pick up your saliva-covered pencils,
disgusting.
You creep.
Now he's goddamn Senator Al Franken.
Yeah, he's not very well liked.
He's not?
No.
He goes against Obama. He speaks his mind. He does.
Yeah,
his
he
thing.
does. He came in all full of energy for Obama there. He's quite a liberal agenda, but, whatever. I was watching an SNL show that they had on just last night, and it was pretty funny watching people go through the years. Those interview shows they do, and then they break every so often by showing a band that was on. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been on. Haven't you done one of those? I know I saw your face when you were doing the bye-bye sketch. Bye-bye. The bye-bye sketch with Spade.
That classic. Hey, Sarah Silverman has hair under her arms. It must be a classic. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In the sketch she did. I mean, not really.
Right.
I would never badmouth another comic.
Of course.
Which state would you want to be governor of?
Oh, man. As far as I think helping out my fellow New Yorkers, I would say New York. Cuomo's a little too.
It's all you're not a big Cuomo guy. I like Cuomo because we talked about this off mic. Cuomo, like 3 weeks in, just showed up, dropped a paper on the desk, and went, "There's the budget, perfect." Yeah. And everybody was like, "Jesus Christ!" I think Sandra Lee did it.
It was we were making pumpkin pie with saffron.
She did it. You ever see her without a top on? She got hangers. They're low hangers.
I think
Cuomo, Como. You don't give a fuck.
I don't like stuff like that is great. Get the budget done. Do what the politicians are supposed to do and stuff. But then when, at midnight I'm good with water. At midnight one day when he just decides to pencil in this gun legislation, that means nothing. Like, that just means nothing as far as helping out crime or mass shootings or anything. It's just that kind of let me advance my political career, which I can't even fault him with.
But how that advances? I'll take it both ways because one of my favorite.
Because it's a liberal state.
Okay. But not upstate.
No, not upstate, but that doesn't matter to the fucking people.
That's what's weird about New York. People don't realize, they just think New York, they think Manhattan, Long Island.
Yes.
And then there is a 6-hour drive in any direction where it's all Republican.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to matter.
But they live 18 miles apart.
Yeah. But New York
you
goes...
get those Puerto Ricans in the Bronx in your pocket, forget about it.
The state goes to Democrats all the time, so it doesn't even matter. It's... but when he did that, and it's like, on the heels of the horrible shooting in Connecticut, and then obviously
was it to tamper down the guns?
Yeah, it's like these assault weapons are terrible. We want to ban that, and then you gotta.
Let me ask you a question. Why does that bother you?
Why does it bother me?
You are a gun enthusiast.
I really am.
The highest level.
Yeah.
I understand the gun, and I've been a gun owner in my life a few times.
Yeah.
When I had kids, I'm like, I'll fuck this up somehow. My kid will be hopping around like Spider.
My fucking bones all shattered. What do you want? I'm a fucking good shot. When you're in the crib, I'm a good shot, you prick.
What? So the guy passes this thing with assault rifles,
assault weapons.
All right,
Ooh,
but in your mind, why can't your default switch be you know what? He's just fucking throwing a bone. I still get to keep all my guns. They're not taking anything out of your house. What the fuck do you care?
Not necessarily.
Seriously. No, they're not.
They want me to register now all of my guns, and they are taking away my 30-round mags. They're taking away those. Now I got to
get attacked by fucking ISIS in Long Island.
Let me tell you something.
Mags.
30 round if you get literally if
General Heft.
But this is what people don't understand.
Civil War references.
If you get 3 people coming in your fucking door to rob your house.
You lower your fucking voice right now, first of all. Oh, go ahead.
And I'm not saying this happens all the time, but I'm just saying it's my choice to want to defend my house
with
and
as many bullets
myself
as you
and my life how I want legally, and then to take that away from me because why? Some people are crazy. Yeah, that's the fucking country we live in.
No,
I want to know that I can
taking...
defend myself to the best of my ability with what's available to the general population.
357 Magnum rubber grip, 4 inches.
Great.
What's better than
Fantastic
what's
gun.
better? What's better?
Go ahead. Go get one in New York City. Oh, that's right. You can't.
Why can't I see? I don't know any of this.
No, I know. It's terrible.
But then
it's
how do you have
terrible...
44 fucking assault rifles? If you can't wait, I'm confused.
But here's another aspect of it.
I'm confused. You can't get a 357 Magnum in Manhattan?
Not in New York City. No. You can't even get an assault rifle in New York City.
What about Long
Island? Long Island, you can, but it's going to take you probably a year from the time you don't have the ability to buy a pistol to the time you can buy one and can buy that. It's going to take you a while.
Now you know me. I would never legitimize either party with my affiliation.
Of course.
There's 12 signs of the zodiac. When was the last time your fucking horoscope was right? So there's no way these two parties could possibly fucking represent the matrix of my fucking brain.
I agree with you.
And my community and where my parents live and the whole thing. So Andrew Cuomo does this weird thing with assault rifles.
Yeah.
He gives you a fucking red ass, okay?
Yeah.
My guy, Chris Christie, who I really fucking love, just refuses to fucking acknowledge. He finally did. Finally caved in. But for most of his governorship of New Jersey, nope, voted no for gay marriage.
Right.
And that rubbed me the wrong way. But that's like human beings. You're talking about like an object.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'll have to register it. But with Chris Christie, I knew he was throwing the far-right GOP a bone to further pave his way to New Hampshire and Iowa.
I understand.
And I understood the game. But you're sitting here like,
it's not just a mechanism.
You're like,
thing.
fucking Cuomo.
I didn't like the fact that
put a sticker on my gun now.
That he's telling me how I should best defend my house against people that will have better weapons than the legal gun owners because they don't have to pay attention to the laws. So why can't I use the weapons that can defend me to the best of my ability? Why do I have to have a government agency tell me what they think is what I should use?
Look,
I don't like that.
We both know the gun lobby's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know that.
We both know there's like, you could pry this gun out of my dead hand. We both know your guns are never leaving your house. There will, unless the apocalypse comes and we're collecting guns because the fucking Canadians invaded Detroit and Albany and Buffalo, and we're like, holy shit, anybody got any extra rounds? You know that.
Yeah, but it's a slow process of taking your gun. Try to get. You can't buy an assault weapon in New York.
You're too smart to really think this.
But you can't buy what they call an assault weapon in New York. And that, by the way,
who the fuck wants an assault weapon?
You want a gun that takes more than one round at a time. What are you getting? Lever action? Who are you? Fucking the guy from Big Valley? It's all they sell in gun stores in New York now. By the way,
you live in a Brinks truck?
Lever action. Fucking
I hear something.
The Rifleman.
Chuck Connors.
Everyone's Chuck Connors now. And meanwhile, the people that are trying to do you harm have Kalashnikovs. And, I got to sit there.
First of all, I like in your world that anybody coming onto your property in Long Island is a Somalian pirate.
I understand.
And not like just some guy coked out like, maybe we get off the fence and maybe go in the pool to cool off.
I understand. But,
you're too smart,
even
Anthony.
two guys wanting to do your home or person damage can do a lot of things if you're not equipped with the right armaments.
But you're very intelligent. And I said that you are very intelligent. You goddamn right. They're taking your guns. They're never going to take your fucking guns. The gun line.
I will never say never on
why
that.
Don't you have longer vision and realize that the gun lobby and the people that make gunpowder and bullets, it's like bombs. Like George Carlin, if you got a country filled with brown people, we're going to bomb the shit out of them because we need practice. Same thing with guns. Have the long vision. Let Andrew Cuomo sign this stupid fucking piece of paper that's not going to matter in 10 years anyway. And that's like, you're too smart to get that upset about something like that. Or are you like, that's the first step, man? Nobody's going to knock on your door and go, we need your guns, bro.
How about this, Jay? How about I go to the range, right? I like taking pictures of the range. People take pictures at the range. How about there's so many laws that were signed at midnight against gun owners, legal gun owners, that I slap a 30-round mag in my fucking gun and I start tearing off rounds and someone takes a picture, posts it on Facebook, and now the police look and go, that is an illegal magazine today. It wasn't yesterday. It is today. And it's his problem if he doesn't know all the laws that go. So now they can take your guns and arrest you on a felony gun charge, and you will not be able to get a gun in the future. This is what they do. They're making laws against the people that are already paying attention to the laws.
Okay, so they'll change the laws, not tell you what the law is.
Right.
And as Mr. Roma, a mob guy that used to teach criminal justice in my high school, let me tell you guys something. Ignorance for the law is no excuse.
That's what it is.
He wrote it on the board.
Ignorance for the law
is no excuse.
No excuse.
That's all he said. And we're like, well, what if you don't know the speed limit? He goes, ignorance for the law is no. So you're telling me like Andrew Cuomo could sign a piece of paper, 30 mags, illegal. You go to the range, you don't know it's illegal. Somebody takes your picture, puts it on Facebook. Now all of a sudden the NSA is watching you jerk off through your computer.
There you go.
They got their eye on you because you got the big thing.
Now you'll never and they will come in and take and confiscate your guns because now you're a felony with a gun charge on you.
How do they pass that without notifying the gun owner?
That's exactly how they did it. They just did it, and it's your responsibility to know these laws.
Where do you go?
Yeah,
is there like
where do you
it's
go?
Like in college where you put the flyers up for bands and shit.
Yeah. I would love to know because I've tried to look.
Team? Fuck these. 30, no more 30 mags, you guys. Holy shit.
I've gone to look for information on the laws to see if I'm, hey, I'm complying over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I'm complying to the laws.
You don't need any trouble.
And no, I don't want that kind of trouble. But here's how it works too, because they said you can only put 7 rounds in your magazine of any gun, your pistols, everything. Only 7 rounds. Now you could also have one in the chamber.
What if there's 8 intruders?
Well, now you got to reload. But here, I understand. It's like fucking, it's very. I think it's very unrealistic to think 8 people are coming to your house.
I just gave you 7 loads, you pigs.
But when I go to load my 40 cal, I put 1 in the chamber and 7 in the mag to comply with the law. But when I put that 8th round in and slap it in before I chamber it, I am committing a crime.
You want me to take this part out of the podcast?
It's something. No, because I don't do that. What I do is I load 6 in, 7, put it in, pop it out, then put the other round.
You're really living on the edge. I bet there's like a moment in your mind where you're like,
I'm a bad boy.
I'm so bad.
You know what? It's the principle of it more than that.
But I understand, like Cuomo, not your cup of tea. You're about as far right as they go.
No, because gay marriage, I'm so fine with gay marriage. Abortions, I love them. I want women to get them even when they don't want them. Just at random. Hand them out. I sponsor them.
Yeah.
No, I am not right. I am not one of these.
Yeah, I'm anti-abortion, but
right-wing guys. I got kids. It's kind of hard to.
Well, you know what? I was walking into Gelson's once, the grocery store right here.
They do abortions?
No. And the kid's got like his little I like outside the grocery stores where we're going to solve all the world's problems.
Yeah.
Like, can I talk to you for a second about fracking? It's like, shouldn't you be in Congress, you dick?
Yeah, what are you doing?
All I want is a cantaloupe. Leave me alone. Like, now, here? Here, you fucking brick? I'm resting. So I'm walking into Gelson's holding the baby that you saw on Instagram, J Mohr Sports. You can see him doing Tracy Morgan, the world's biggest toddler.
Hilarious, man.
And I'm holding him when he's like literally, like he still has shit in his eyes. He's got, he's like baby with shit in his eyes, young. And the guy goes, "Can I talk to you for a second about Planned Parenthood?" And I literally, like with one arm, just kind of held him up, so he was out.
Yeah.
And I go, maybe know your audience.
Yeah, maybe no.
There's maybe like a whole bunch of, I'm holding a non-aborted item.
Yeah.
Like maybe the people behind me that are not holding life. I'm anti-abortion because it seems to be a form of contraception with the kids. Like, well, if I get pregnant, I'll just abort it.
Is it really?
It's like, how about this? How about don't let guys you kind of know come inside of you?
That's true. But is it being used like that? Is it, or is it kind of.
I just thought it'd be a good conversation.
I don't know. I think you're right, though. I think it is, though.
Yeah, of course
it's
it is.
more like, hey,
it's
oops,
an option.
Oops.
If I have an accident, it's totally.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're being flippant,
but why is the reasoning any issue for you? Like, why people get an abortion? Why should it matter?
I'll tell you this: I'm not one of these guys that like once the sperm hits the egg, like it's life. I believe it's goo.
Goo.
Look at you.
I'm shooting ropes of goo.
Will you do Damone talking about the abortion for me, please?
Yeah, we'll get one of those abortions. My brother got one for his girl once.
Where do you get it, huh?
The Dream Police. Da 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 da.
I'm telling you, I got 2 tickets in the load. You'll be able to see the top of the band's head.
I wanted to go to his dumb espresso place, but I hear it closed.
Yeah, fucking the moment was up and running. Yeah. No, I'm against it because I think it speaks to the greater consciousness of a community where it's an option in case shit goes wrong. I can abort this.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not, being a Catholic, it's not like, hey man, you're killing a fucking human being, because I think it's goo in the first. If you catch it super early, when most people do it, that's my thing.
It's goo, yeah.
But I also don't think it's particularly ethical for all parties involved. Like if I had a baby, if my wife was pregnant and I found out like the baby had like Down syndrome, they'll say like, do you want to, because they can find it so early.
Oh, yeah.
I would still have the baby because that's the fucking, hey man, you're sitting at the poker table. These are your fucking cards. You don't get to go, do them again.
That's interesting.
Give me another card, you fucking prick.
Another card.
Give me another one.
Oh, look at this beaut.
Give me a marker. The fuck are you smiling at, you fucking prick?
But I'm anti-death penalty too because I don't give a shit about if they walked from the courtroom, as Chris Rock said, a stabbing chair don't cost nothing. That's what he said.
That's hilarious, man.
He goes, a stabbing chair.
A stabbing chair.
But like Damien Echols was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he was on death row for 18 years and 17 days. Like, that's not death row. That's alive row.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of death row.
Aren't there cases, though, that are a little more slam dunks than that case?
Yeah, Texas.
Which, every case in Texas.
Put them on Old Sparky.
That's it.
So, like, if you went from the courthouse and then they fried you, like, within, like, a year because you raped kids and then stabbed their mom and you kidnapped them, like, I'd go, fuck it, bye. Like, because I don't see a place for you in society. But because there's unlimited appeals.
Yeah.
Unlike Life LWOP, Life Without Parole.
Yes.
That's how Wayne Kramer said it from the MC5 the whole time.
Did he? That's pretty good.
You know, when you're doing LWOP. And I was like,
LWOP?
Fuck does LWOP mean? I'm not Italian. Why does he keep calling me that?
Yeah.
So you're pro death penalty.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm only pro, like, then kill them.
Then kill them. Yeah, I agree with
years. It turns out the guy was innocent.
I know, and then it turns out.
But you know what?
Whoopsie.
Hey, what are you going to do?
I don't like the...
Accidents happen every day, Anthony.
I don't like the whole thing where it's one way or that's it. You know, it's like, all right, abortion. I'm against abortion. For this case or that, I'm just against it. It's like... Really, the woman's raped and she gets pregnant. Like, so there's all these different variables that people just don't even want to consider. And the death penalty, I think, comes into play because there are certain cases that are, this motherfucker did this. It's absolutely 100%
and when
he did
it's
it.
Children, you can't reform somebody.
No.
Here's the other thing with abortion too, is I'm against
$125 at the free clinic.
Thank you, Damone. Fucking Anthony's Damone makes me so happy. Like you kid, I'm against abortion, but the only people to vote on it are billionaire white guys.
Yeah, that's true.
So
sure.
I would always vote pro-abortion until there's enough women in the halls of the Senate to go, that's how I fucking feel.
Yeah. So, well, doesn't it always come down to the Supreme Court, though?
Huh?
Doesn't it come down to the Supreme Court, though?
There's like two chicks
Really?
in the Supreme
There's
Court,
chicks.
but they all
I
dress
even
like,
think there's a colored guy.
they dress like chicks with the robes, right? They got their balls out. Guilty, not guilty, with the fucking ruling on. Look at Florida, shaped like a fucking dick, right? So, what were we just talking about?
It was the fact that
more women. I think more
women have to.
should, and I'm not a feminist or anything. I'm a human. I just think I'm common sensist.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be way. Look, anytime you see the news, you see like Mitch McConnell, you see Reid, you see all these fucking guys. It's the same Nancy Pelosi. Like it's the same people.
Yeah.
Like when I moved to California, it was Barbara Boxer, and who's the other lady? Fuck. It was Barbara Boxer and another lady. They were the U.S. senators.
Yeah.
And California's all fucked up. It's them. It's still them.
It's still
I've been here
them.
since 1993.
How is it still the same people?
Because you have to be a billion. You have to be a multi-millionaire to get your name on the two-party ballot. I went to vote at Palisades High School, and it was Republican or Democrat. And I go, well, hold on a minute. There's people I want to vote for that are...
Yeah, but you don't want to vote for that. That's
like, no, I
that's
do.
pretty much...
I had the Dianne Feinstein.
Feinstein.
She's like a crazy lady.
Yeah, she is crazy.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Allegedly. They're both fucking crazy ladies. Anybody in Senate is fucking crazy. So, but when I moved here, that's who were the senators. And nothing's changed. I would be governor of California. Because you said New York?
Yeah.
You know why? There's so much. You could pick a thing and just do it for 4 years. Like, cleanest oceans in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Or like farms fucking irrigate all like Fresno Bay.
And that would be your cause, and you'd be
fucking,
great.
You know,
People would
I'm
love
gonna
it.
fix every fucking pothole until
Yeah,
the
yeah.
day. And then in 4 years, 1/3 of all Californians will go, best governor we ever had.
That guy's amazing.
That guy, you know how much fucking water that put into the Central Valley? Cleanest beaches in the world, huh?
Good point.
Imagine being governor of, like New Jersey.
He gets a lot of ink, though. He really does.
I thought it was funny when he diverted the traffic into Fort Lee.
Oh yeah,
I even
yeah.
sent out a tweet when Chris Christie. I think was it Fort Lee?
Yeah, it was right over the bridge. Right?
Somebody in Fort Lee voted against something. I'm completely broad stroking this. Basically, he wanted something, and Fort Lee like held it up. So like he waited a year.
Yeah.
And then closed the George Washington Bridge upper level and rerouted all of the traffic through Fort Lee to go all the way back.
Yeah.
So Fort Lee was just a fucking mess
It was
for like 2 days.
The guy from Fort Lee didn't endorse Christie for governor.
Right.
So that's what he was pissed at.
But he did wait like a year.
And then, but there also is zero evidence, physical evidence, that he had anything to do with that, Christie. But it's such a good, but like people that he had known for years and had hired as aides for him and stuff, they knew that it was going down and happened. Plausible deniability.
But isn't that what you want your governor doing for a laugh?
For a laugh.
Like if you can't reroute traffic and go, watch what I do to Fort Lee today.
It's hilarious.
Fucking watch. You're
going to love this.
Just make sure the ambulances get where they need to go. But wait till you see this shit.
That scumbag didn't endorse me. Watch this.
Watch this.
I can't pick my kid up at school traffic.
I know.
Like a game of Sim City. He's playing with real people. He's playing with real people. Let me see what happens if I close this. And, look at all the red exclamation points over people's heads. They're mad.
Fuck, it's so fun. Coming full circle. First time I ever heard about the video game Sims was on Opie and Anthony.
Oh, God, right?
But we're talking about the Anthony Cumia show.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
For basically what Sarah McLachlan asked you to pay to get that dog with runny eyes.
Yeah, the poor dog. Although they look pretty good.
When are you going to show that dog to a homeless veteran wearing a Karl Malone Lakers jersey and let him know you're doing God's work? Yeah. Fucking help the people, you Canadian cunt. Are you out of your fucking mind? She's got a $3,000 golden retriever in her lap in the commercial. I got to take Sammy Davis Jr. The dog's got one eye. Won't you help save one of these precious animals? No. I got little teacup puppies in my house.
My dogs weigh 2 pounds.
The most healthy, happy dog can look miserable in slow motion too. Like all they got to do is do that thing with the one eyebrow, and then it changes to the other eyebrow going up, and they turn their head in slow motion. It's like this poor thing. You feel so bad
Sarah
for it.
McLachlan music over.
Yeah.
Take that same picture of dogs, play fucking Foo Fighters. One by one, I've been looking for something. You'd be like, fuck, these dogs are awesome.
Vicious.
You'd probably move more dogs.
You might.
I don't want that depressing Sarah McLachlan song, dog.
Move more dog. Might move more product.
Jane's Addiction, Mountain Song. Like, oh, what kind of dog is that? Anthony Cumia show is every day.
Every day. Well, it's Monday through Thursday. I decided to take.
Friday off,
I took
like,
the Stern. I took the Stern route and took Fridays off.
Hey, Anthony Cumia has his own podcast. Mark Grace, there's a shot. It'll be out of here. Shortstop Rafael Santana catches it.
It's live Monday through Thursday from 4 p to 7 p Eastern Time. Right here from Citi Field.
Bob Murphy. You know, JFK was killed in Dallas, Texas. I never enjoyed Dallas. Too high.
From the Book Suppository Building, apparently.
Governor Connolly, they call it the magic bullet. I bet Governor Connolly doesn't call it that at all. He probably calls it the unlucky bullet. Hit him 3 times.
The motorcade taking a timeout as the governor picks up his hat.
Oh, fuck. God damn.
I love it.
Anthony Cumia show. Get it. It's worth the money. And, you know, Connolly fucking Nixon was going to make him vice president.
Was he really?
Yeah. Because he was so obsessed with Kennedy that
just to have the guy that was in the fucking car.
That was the last
That's
piece
crazy.
on the chessboard. And then everybody at the White House, Connolly just kept coming by. And he was going to dump his VP and run again with the second time. He's going to run with Connolly.
Wow, he's going to dump. What was it, Agnew? Yeah, Spiro Agnew, who wound up having some
crook.
problems.
You know, a couple.
He had some. He didn't even try to say, "I am not a crook." He was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
You know what? I should just get out of here.
Just leave.
Do you guys have a back door?
Yeah.
No, he was going to run with Connolly because Connolly, he was so obsessed with the Kennedys. Like, Connolly was a piece of Camelot. And so for him, it was the all-time, like, fuck you, game over, I win. You were in the car when the president got shot.
Yeah.
Now he's my VP. And then they, unfortunately, talked him out of it.
And then you know what? And then Spiro Agnew has to resign. They get friggin' Gerald Ford as vice president. Nixon has to resign. And Gerald Ford is now president. And Gerald Ford on the Warren Commission.
Gerald Ford and Nelson Rockefeller was his vice president. Right?
Yeah.
First time in American history, only time, president, vice president, neither one were elected.
Not even elected.
Not even fucking elected.
So you take what that's worth and tell me if we don't have a conspiracy problem.
All
Jesse
right.
Ventura.
Jesse.
Can you get him on your show to talk about Sasquatch?
I would love to. I would love to get him down to the show. It would be great. He had that problem with Jimmy Norton, and oh boy, he got into.
That's on YouTube. You
it's
can look it
so
up.
good. Oh, when Jimmy calls him riff raff, and then he's like, he pats him on the shoulder real hard because Jimmy's a little guy. I mean, he's like,
Thank you for your service.
like, oh, I get it. And Jimmy's like, I get it. I wasn't in the service. I wasn't in the army. Yeah. So I can't even talk about it then, I guess. And Jesse's just shaking.
My favorite all-time moment, more than Gay Marco,
Oh, that was a biggie.
was when I called you guys out of nowhere and I challenged the Iron Sheik to a fight. And he pissed his pants.
And he pissed his
That's on YouTube. Jay Moore, Iron Sheik, Opie, and
It's a
Anthony.
good one.
And Bill Burr's in studio is a full house.
Yeah.
And Jim Jeffries in studio, and they're just, and he goes, fuck you, I'll fuck you, make you suck my cock.
I put you camel clutch. I degrade you.
Yeah, every insult the Iron Sheik has is him sucking your, like he gets all like, I'll suck your fucking big dick.
Yeah, he gets a little confused.
Yeah.
I will let you ram me in the ass.
You want to fuck me? Come on, fuck me. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Champ one. I'm WWF champ one.
Champ one, greatest city in the world, Madison Square Garden. Come from Tirana Ren. Greco-Roman wrestle, champ one.
So sad. But he's Iranian for real?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he came from Tehran.
Like Chief J. Strongbow, when I found out he was an Italian named Joe Scarpa from Philly, a piece of me died.
That is bad, right? What happened? He's an Indian.
You know, he walked through his like gremlin every night, and they're like, "Hey, Joe, what are you going to go put on the Indian outfit tonight?"
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Hey, where's Jules?
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, look at little Joe Scarpa going to play Indian at the Garden tonight.
Oh,
See you later, Joe. Have fun. I dress me in.
Oh, shit.
All right. Cumia show. What's the best way for people to subscribe to it?
AnthonyCumia.com. You could check it out. Subscribe Monday through Thursday, 4 to 7. 4 to 6 p.m.
Do you do a best
Look at me.
of?
I'm like, I don't know my own show. Friday, we put up, we do a little best of clip thing from the week.
All right. So they get a Friday thing.
They get a Friday thing. They get the thing. It's just a lot of fun. It's really completely uncensored, and we do anything. Like we were talking the other day about the squirting. See, and that's in the news now. I think squirting, women that squirt, it's bullshit. I think it's urine. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I know there is a female orgasm, and I know I've never seen one, but I know there is some type of secretion, let's say. But it ain't this sprinkler head at the golf course going off like I see when they're, it just doesn't happen.
You think when a woman squirts that she's peeing?
It's urine. Plain and simple.
Even though every doctor on earth goes, no, it's actually not urine.
I have heard doctors say that some part of it is a secretion, but most of it is indeed urine. And these reports just came out last week.
As Ron Bennington would say, urine.
Yeah.
I think it's just urine.
Urine. But we're going to have a girl come on, and this is stuff we can do in the privacy of my own home. A girl's going to come on. We're going to lay down the old tarp.
Danny.
Let her go at it and just let go. And then we are going to take this. Dr. Steve is going to help us examine it.
Tennessee's
and
own.
We are going to find out if this is indeed just what I think it is, urine.
He's a good dude, too, man.
Dr. Steve is great.
So
Very
you're
handy.
going. When is this episode around?
We're still getting the girl, right? We got Lainey helping us out. You ever see Lainey? She used to bring all the girls down to the show.
Blind,
She's
man.
crazy. Is that? Oh, that's right.
Well, you don't fucking know about these chicks.
You're hooked up.
You could be the lady could be squirting in this garage. I'd be like, does that need a plug?
What is that? What is that? Get the mop.
What is that? What is she doing?
It's a disgrace.
Dice to dice now. On the way out. Anthony Cumia show, right?
I don't believe the squatter.
I had a panic attack. All I wanted was orange juice.
I needed juice. Remember that?
I remember it.
I was feeling bad. I needed juice.
The pirate ship when it launched.
Right, yeah.
I remember the commercials was you could drive from Maine to Miami and never have to turn the channel. And I used to do a bit. I go, thank God, because I make that drive all the time. Maybe that's kind of a weird commercial.
Right. From Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, for that matter, Lloyd.
And you'll never have to reach for the knob. It's deep tracks. Hi!
When you're running dope down 95 from Florida to...
Jesus. So you're in Times Square, for the people that don't know it, because let's be honest, people brush you with a very broad stroke. You name Anthony Cumia, formerly of the Opie and Anthony Show, they go, oh, that's that racist guy.
Yeah.
You've become like the poster child for being a racist guy.
Yeah, people will put that tag on me. I think once people hang out or do my show or listen for a little while, they realize it's a little more than that. I mean, anyone this day and age can get the racist tag put on them for just disagreeing. This day and age, for just disagreeing with certain people's ideology, you're automatically called a racist now, which really does undermine the true spirit of the word racist. Which, if you look at the civil rights movement over the last 50 or so years, I think people using the word racist many years ago would be insulted that just a difference of opinion is now labeled racist, when these people were, burning down churches and killing children as true racists. I think now it kind of waters down the whole thing,
So you're in Times Square. Tell everybody what happened.
Well, I'm in Times Square. It was about 334A, and I...
Carrie. Mohr Stories, the podcast. Bob Murphy's joining me. Anthony Cumia, the batter. Bob Ball one. Looked like a strike to me.
Pleasure to be here. Wonderful seeing you again. This word sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
It's the Mohr Stories podcast. Me and Bob are going to be back later to do the JFK assassination.
That one high and wide for ball two.
Back and to the left.
Anthony Cumia.
Jay Mohr.
One of my oldest friends.
Yes, it's been a while.
Formerly of the Opie and Anthony show.
Formerly. I'm exiled from
on Main Street.
From mainstream type radio. I've been exiled. I am an outcast from regular radio. From
I know the whole thing that went down, and you said you were attacked in Times Square by a woman. You called
very assaulted.
You said
was very angry,
and then you called her a savage, and then people, in my opinion, spun it into a racial thing.
Yeah.
Anybody that attacks somebody in this world is a savage. And for those of you people saying, hey, why are you making excuses for Anthony because you're friends? No, because I know the guy and I know he's not a fucking racist, so suck my balls. So, and I thought the best tweet of all your friends and supporters.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think it said Anthony Cumia got fired for tweeting on his private time by a company, SiriusXM, that broadcasts pornography on its corporate time.
Yeah, there you go.
On Monday, Josh Liebarger made his status Case of the Mondays, followed by a frowny face. It got 1 like and 5 comments, including dislike. Well, Josh, Geico also wants to make a comment to turn that emoji's frown upside down. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. With all that extra dough, why not give Monday a makeover? We see an office party in your future. Hosted by you. Hashtag happy face. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle with either that you will or you won't. You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, man.
How about this?
How about that?
I go, hey, so there I am at the bank.
Did you bring Bob Murphy? We'll do that later.
Bob Murphy, yeah.
Should we do the JFK assassination?
A tower, yeah.
All right.
High fly ball deep to center field.
Ready?
Hey,
they do. They
have a dick slurping channel.
They do have a dick slurping channel.
Spice dick slurp next. 2 for Tuesday. 2 cocks.
I think it's called that dick slurping. The dick slurping channel. Yeah, they're very hypocritical. But in this day and age, I don't know many organizations that aren't completely hypocritical. You just everyone wants to take this new imaginary moral high ground with everything, and then meanwhile, their business as usual is some of the most despicable shit you'll ever see.
Yeah, like if Howard Stern gets a woman come in and she takes off her clothes and she rides the Sybian machine until she squirts all over the place.
Right.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
And it's first of all, it's satellite radio. So I thought, and I'm not saying this like just to curry favor with you because you and I know each other a long time. If I think you say something stupid, I'll tell you.
Exactly.
I thought the whole point of Sirius Satellite XM radio was finally no rules, no commercials. I don't even know why there's every once in a while they'll be like, you're listening to hits on 80s, and I'm like, why are you even here?
Yeah, what are you, 80s on 8?
Yeah, this could just be a computer do it. We don't need you, Adam Hunter. Beat it. Those Dexy's Midnight Runners, a lot more coming up. I'm Adam Hunter, and here's a job that a computer could do. Next.
I don't think we need somebody to tell us it was Dexy's Midnight Runner.
Who is this band?
Who is these new kids on the block? It's one of these situations where it was sold to people as this amazing uncensored forum. Finally, We can listen to something and don't have to worry about the FCC and people that have a problem. It's true freedom of speech. And it's supposed to be I have an apartment in the city. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out with my nice new Canon fucking camera and take some pictures of Manhattan, one of the most populated areas on Earth.
All right, but that's like what a cokehead says.
Yeah, I understand. And
or
then
like
they go,
smoke meth and you go, I'm going to go take it. Just fucking keep the shutter down the whole time, man.
It just was something I wanted to do. I'm in New York. I keep very weird hours. You know, I sleep a lot during the day. I'm like a bat. So I figure I'd go outside and take some pictures because at that hour, it's one of the most populated areas of the world that doesn't have anyone in it. It's the lights are still on. It looks amazing. It's a very rare occurrence that you're going to go out during the afternoon and get the empty site down Broadway with all the lights on and everything. It's a cool picture. Yeah. So I started snapping pictures of everything. And there are pictures that I took that night that I put up of construction workers and the cops and the Indian
At Anthony
and the
Cumia, C-U-M. I just crushed a joke here. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I took the runway out. When you land that one again?
Yeah, there you go.
At Anthony Cumia, C-U-M-I-A, and Cumia Show. He's got his own podcast. We're going to get to that later. So, and these pictures can be seen where?
They're up on my Instagram.
Okay.
I took a bunch of pictures.
And what's the Instagram account number?
It just that's Anthony Cumia. You find it that way.
C-U-M-I-A.
Yeah. And they came out great. And I took a picture of some girls that were walking by, a few Asian girls from the back in their little tight dresses. Just looked great. It looks nice, especially with a good camera. I'm really talking in an artistic fashion, Jay, that the depth of field looks great. The lights look amazing. A little blurred in the background. The